Hello, this is Adam Seaman. I am the founder of Positive Leadership. I'm an organizational development consultant and an expert at leadership development. Today's topic is that culture isn't what you say it is, it's what you allow. That's a pretty important distinction. Culture isn't created by statements, slogans. I think we know that, right? What culture really is it's patterns of behavior that have formed over time. If you step back far enough from an organization or a family or whatever, you can see the patterns of how people behave and interact. That's where the culture resides. The value statements could be effective. They could help guide culture, but not the way most organizations use them. It takes a special commitment. Language alone doesn't guide behavior. It helps. I'm not saying we don't do it. I'm not saying to ignore it. Language alone is not enough. And what really determines behavior is what gets allowed, what gets tolerated. People can say there's boundaries, right? But people also want to test those boundaries. When boundaries get tested and then they're not reinforced, they sort of bleed, and then policies erode. Maybe there's misstandards or the follow through isn't even. What happens is that it causes people to start questioning what really matters here, what really counts. What happens is they might stop investing, or they might adjust their behaviors to do the things that get rewarded or to do the things that don't get punished, potentially. Over time, then the patterns destabilize and we get into what we want. What we intended to be our culture isn't really what our culture is. What really becomes our culture then collectively are the things that we allow. Culture is shaped by the decisions that leaders make every day, and some of those decisions are: what do we address? What do we ignore? And then under pressure, which is how most organizations operate, that's when we get away from maybe the nice things and we really just have to focus on what is essential under pressure. That's the stuff that really forms the culture. When leaders delay decisions, culture will still form. When leaders avoid conflict, the patterns will still get set. When there's inconsistency, where there's inaction or incompetence, then those are decisions too, and those count, and people pay attention to those. What we want are leaders who make decisions that are consistent. That's what makes culture clear and predictable. People know what matters, and the trust and alignment's going to strengthen.